So the Switch 2 is getting revealed by Nintendo next month in January. Pre-orders are going to start around March, and the actual console launch will be somewhere between March and June, but specifically we're looking at May. Now, I'm going to show you all the evidence for this, so you know it's not just me telling you a rumor. We don't talk about rumors really on this channel. The only thing I've ever leaked ahead of time was letting you guys know the exact launch month of the PS5 Pro, and I leaked that a year ahead of time when people didn't even think their PS5 Pro was ever going to get made. So this video is going to have all the evidence, everything to back up what I just said. I figured some people are going to click on it and just want to know when it's being revealed and when it's being launched and when they can pre-order it. So I want to get that out right of the way, but now I'm going to show you all of the leaks of exactly what it's going to look like, and this is stuff that actually came from Nintendo themselves. They sent this to a bunch of third-party manufacturers so they know exactly what they're working with to make the accessories. And of course, as soon as non-Nintendo companies got all this official information and actually got official models of the Switch, they're not functional, but they look exactly like the Switch 2, so they can make everything perfect. Not only did those companies have employees that leaked that information, they sent those models to journalists, YouTubers, insiders, Twitter people, all that stuff. So we have exactly what the Switch 2 is going to look like, everything that's different from the regular Switch, the new buttons, the new features, and I'm going to talk about all that first, and then I'm going to let you know the evidence for the reveal and the launch. So basically, if you've seen bits and pieces of leaks for the Switch 2 here and there, the point of this video is to put it all in one place. So you don't have to watch 15-minute clickbait videos to get one nugget of information. Nope, I'm just going to give you everything right now as fast as I can so you're in the know. So if you find that helpful, make sure to like the video. But if you're going to want to know how to actually pre-order when the pre-order time comes, you're definitely going to want to subscribe. This channel helped tens of thousands of people secure a PS5 when it came out during launch. And we did the same thing whenever there was a limited edition console, like the 30th anniversary PS5, the Halo Edition Xbox. And you can bet when the Switch 2 comes out, this is going to be the place to be for pre-orders. The channel's been featured on the Today Show and the New York Times. So we will have live streams that will walk you step by step. And the best part of this channel is basically because it's so large during the live streams, whenever someone that has information on how to use a backdoor link, or, you know, they work for the company and they have certain things that no one else knows, they come to our community and they let us know, and then we're able to figure it out together. And that allows us to beat the bots, to beat the scalpers, and actually secure the consoles. So if you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe now, and let's go over what the Switch 2 is actually going to look like. So the first thing that happened that led to these leaks was a few of the case manufacturers leaked what their Switch 2 cases are going to look like. So Satisfy revealed one, Dbrand revealed one, and Voller revealed one, among other companies. Now, what was interesting about Dbrand is Dbrand did confirm they had all of the exact from Nintendo specifications. They didn't want to talk about why they got those. But what's really interesting about Dbrand is if you go on their website to their Switch 2 case, you can actually be put on the email list. So signing up for that is one way to make sure that you are getting notifications and emails sent to you when there's new official Switch 2 information coming out. So the next thing that happened was those companies sent not only the case, but in the case of Voller, they sent their dummy, their mock-up Switch 2 that had all the new features on it to different YouTubers, and because of that, we're able to get video that shows us all of the differences between the Switch 1 and the Switch 2. So let's get right into it. The Switch 2 is going to have an 8-inch screen as opposed to the 7-inch screen we saw on the Switch OLED, which leads to a really big concern, which is that the Joy-Cons themselves are also bigger. And not only are they bigger, they attach in a completely different way, meaning Switch 1 Joy-Cons will not be compatible with the Switch 2. And that is really frustrating. We don't know about the Pro controllers. So even though this isn't a real Switch, there is a mock-up included showing how the Joy-Cons attach and detach, and they are magnetic. But one thing that I see a lot of misinformation going around is they're not magnetic as in they just use magnets to attach and that's it. No, once they click in, there is going to be metal in there that makes sure they stay attached. It's not exactly a rail like the original Joy-Cons, but there is something in there that's literally keeping them attached. However, it's using a magnetic connection to keep all that metal in place. And if you look on the back of the Joy-Con, there is a new button, which many people are assuming to be the new button that you need to push to release the Joy-Con. So it's not going to be like you have them and they can just pop right off because it's only magnets holding them. It's not going to be like that at all. They're going to be securely attached. And while we don't know for a fact that that back button is meant to help detach them, that is what is being reported right now, and that is most likely the case. And that reminds me to shout out today's sponsor, Ewin Racing Gaming Chairs. These are high quality gaming chairs with 4D lumbar support, cold cure foam, so it's going to last years and years and never sag or get thin. I've had my chair for over 5 years. With discount code Jake Randall, you can get 30% off. So if you're in the market for a gaming chair, they also have amazing memory foam pillows and can go back 180 degrees. With that big of a discount, I think it's worth taking a look. Check out the link in the description. Now, the one new button on the Switch Joy-Cons is the C button, which you can see right here. This is not on the original Switch Joy-Cons, and there's a lot of speculation as to what this could be. I see a lot of people saying that it could be like a chat button, so you can actually use your Switch 2 to chat in a way the original Switch never let us do. However, another theory I see going around is the Connect button, and that would make a lot more sense, because if there is a new chat feature for Switch 2, which I do believe there is, and I hope there is, you could probably access that through your console. You don't need a button on your controller to access chat with any console these days. So it doesn't really make sense for that. However, if it's a Connect button and you can actually play your Switch 2 handheld and have something on the game show on your regular TV, you would have to hit like a button on the controller to make that happen. So it could be some kind of Wii U situation where you can actually use the Switch 2 to look at menus and stuff while you're actually playing the game full on your TV. That would be something new that the Switch 2 has that the original Switch doesn't have, which would be very cool. But I do want to point out that this is all speculation. Right now, all we know is there is this new button that has the letter C on it that we don't know what it's going to be used for. Something else in addition to the Joy-Cons is it looks like the new Switch 2 is not going to be compatible with the old Switch's docks. So whether it's the Switch OLED, the original Switch, the dock will not work with the Switch 2. You can see in the mock-up that it just doesn't fit. And remember, these specifications are exact. So it's not like this is a guesstimate or this is close, there's room for error. No, if this isn't fitting, it's not going to fit in the original docks. The new dock is also going to be a completely different design that's only going to take up a little bit of space on the bottom of the Switch, meaning the whole top part of the Switch screen will be fully visible when you have the Switch in dock mode. Now, maybe Nintendo is going to use this feature to push notifications on top of the Switch, so when you're not playing it, it's just resting in the dock, you could see notifications come across, or you could see the time. There's different things that they could use this for, but it is very interesting. It is refreshing to see that there is a cartridge slot, so fully compatible with Switch 1, as Nintendo stated, does not just mean your digital games, it's going to mean your physical cartridges as well. And there is now 2 USB-C ports instead of 1. Obviously, on the original Switch, the only USB-C port is on the bottom of the Switch. And if you're playing it and you want to have it connected to the charger, that's a little awkward. So now there's going to be one on the top of the Switch too. And I feel like the most common feature for this will be just to be able to put it in the charger and not have it coming out of the bottom like a Dreamcast controller. You know, actually having it come out of the top and have it a more natural position for when it's charging. However, this could be cool because you could potentially charge the system and have accessories plugged into the other USB-C port at the same time. So it's going to be interesting to see what Nintendo does with this, but that is pretty much all the differences and the leaks we have of the Switch 2 so far. When it comes to specifications, performance, some of that has leaked, but not directly from Nintendo. That hasn't been revealed to the third-party manufacturers. What I wanted to focus on this video is the stuff that's actually confirmed from documents from Nintendo that we actually know for sure. I don't want to waste your time with any speculation or unconfirmed leaks. Circling back around to the Switch 2 being revealed by Nintendo in January, and some of the sources for that are basically some of these same companies, these third-party manufacturers, whether they are game developers or accessory manufacturers, they're the same companies that have revealed that Nintendo said that they were going to announce this in January. Now, obviously, the only reason Nintendo has told these companies this is because these companies need to know this so they can plan their marketing for their games and accessories. Obviously, they don't want to announce their Switch 2 games or their Switch 2 accessories before they are allowed to. But they also don't want to not announce them once the system is announced. So Nintendo tells these companies, okay, it's going to be coming in this month. It gives them enough of a window to know how to prepare. The fact of the matter is, Nintendo's themselves promised that they would announce the Switch 2 before March of 2025. So at the end of the day, if it doesn't get announced in January, it's getting announced by March. But here's more information for you straight from Nintendo. And that is, it's been leaked that Nintendo of Europe, I don't know if this is true for America or Nintendo of Japan. It's probably safe to say that it is. But the one division of Nintendo where this leaked was Nintendo of Europe leaked that they are not allowing any sales employees to take any vacation time or any time off from March to June. And that would make a lot of sense that during the pre-order phase, the launch, and for a month after launch, they don't want any of their sales employees taking a break. They need their full force to support this launch. So that makes a lot of sense that we're not only getting the reveal in January with all new games, because they want to show off their software to get people to want to buy a Switch 2. They don't want a PS5 situation where there's no new games. So people are kind of doing it for the hype, but there's really not a new game. So a lot of people are fine waiting. And people were so burnt out by that if Nintendo doesn't show new games, it's not going to create the hype they want. So Nintendo's the best in the business at making as many exclusives that are high quality. There's going to be a ton of games there. The pre-orders are going to start in March, which again, make sure you're subscribed to this channel with notifications on for all the pre-order information. And then, yeah, they want their sales teams there through the launch and then a little bit after launch. And the most likely launch month is looking like May. Now, could it come out in March? Could there actually be pre-orders before March and it comes out in March? It's possible. But another insider who you may know, Nate the Hate, he's often on the Spawncast and he has his own podcast now, had revealed that there is a massive Switch 2 event coming in May. So what else would it be other than a launch? They're already going to be showing games in January. They're already going to be showing off the new hardware. So unless it's just a more in-depth look, but how would that be such a huge event? If it's that huge, the only thing that would make the most sense is that is when the launch. So that is the information that's coming from insiders, Nintendo, and the companies that work with Nintendo, is that we're looking at a January reveal, a March pre-order, and a May release. So get ready this summer to be on your Nintendo Switch 2. And if you enjoyed this video, if you like the style, if you like the way I brought you the information and laid it all out for you, please leave a comment down below of what game you would be most excited for a Switch 2 launch. Like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, everybody.